buds. They coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they coming to the...
Sorry, I got distracted. Hey, welcome to TASTE Buds.
What were you distracted by?
The Pimp has a thing about cocaine sharks on the screen. And I guess it says cocaine sharks might be feasting on drugs dumped off the Florida coastline. So like Cocaine Bear, there's in theory, sharks getting into drugs.
I mean, I see, by the way, did you see Cocaine Bear?
No.
I saw it. It was fun. It was fun. I think there should be a whole cocaine series now. I mean, I would watch a cocaine shark movie.
I promise you, there's already.
Well, Sharknado did all the shark stuff, but
like, did you watch? You know the Asylum, that company? They do mockbusters. They're called.
No, but I kind of get it.
Yeah, but they did like when Transformers came out, they did Transmorphers.
Okay.
Like that. That's all they do is do like these like.
They do these like
they're not even spoofs. They're kind of serious and straightforward. They're played straight.
Yeah.
But they're goofy.
They're like Lloyd. They're like Trauma.
No, Trauma's way more
campy.
And like we're going for the laughs and like we're gonna be gross and we're gonna be insane and crazy and whatever. No, the mockbusters they're head scratchers. They're kind of like sometimes it's just a straight movie that kind of rips off something
Really?
that's popular.
That's funny.
Yeah, look up Pimp. Look up the Asylum. The company's called. Yeah, here they are. Look, B movies.
I got asked to be in one of the Sharknados, and
so they did Sharknado.
Oh, they did.
But
okay.
Sharknado was, I think, was the first time they actually went like full tongue in cheek. And I got to be honest, I don't think that the first Sharknado was supposed to be like. I think it became a phenomenon because it was so bad, and then they steered into the curve. I might be wrong about that, but
I didn't see any of them. I just saw like maybe a clip. But
I think it was supposed to be wild, but like,
yeah.
But can you go back to their main page?
And what happens now? There's a tornado, and it whips all the sharks out of the ocean, and then the sharks are on land.
Something like that.
So the sharks are on land, but they die on land, right? What is going on Sharknado?
There's just sharks.
They would land in pools and land on people and eat them.
It's so funny, dude.
So the deaths are related to the sharks that happen to land in a place where they can do damage after they're out of the water. So how many sharks got caught? Okay, wait. Did the tornado...
Wait. Go back to Asylum. Because I want to see something. Just while you're saying this, Sal.
Well, I'm asking. So, Pimp, you've seen... There's like 5, 6, 7 of them. Have you seen them?
Yeah, and even Chaz Palminteri's son was in one.
You've seen more than one?
Shout out Dante Palminteri, yeah.
Okay, great. So this is my question. Okay, so question number 1. In Sharknado 1, was a regular tornado as we know it hit, and it hit over the ocean, and it sucked up... A, how many sharks could it suck up? Was there like some kind of concentration of sharks? B, did it suck up any other ocean life? Like, okay, this is it. Off the coast of Mexico, the ship of shark fin smugglers, is caught in a hurricane, not a cyclone, interrupting his meeting with a potential buyer. A tornado throws swarms of sharks into the boat, killing all aboard. The hurricane soon hits Los Angeles, flooding the city with shark-infested seawater. So, basically, so there's a flood. They're not just flying through the air. Is that what it is? There's a flood and the sharks are on land?
I love that the poster says enough said, and then you're asking all these questions.
It's not enough said.
Wait, I want to see the Asylum page, though. I want to
keep going back. I think it's kind of breaking the momentum here.
You broke my momentum.
You're doing research while I'm trying to get into
I wanted to tell you about the Asylum. You bogarted and ran with Sharknado.
You said do this while I look.
Well, yeah. And then Pimp decided to just keep feeding your thing and ignore my request to allow me to look at the Asylum's Wikipedia page. I just want to see their other movies so I can explain what I was trying to say that they do. Yeah, so they did it off the page.
There it is right there. Next one down. No, go back. Next one down. List of Asylum films.
All right, so
Belly Fruit, Foreplay, Scarecrow.
So they started, these initial ones are sort of legit, right?
Oh, wow, they've been around a long time. This is 25 years ago.
Yeah, somewhere in the... Pimp, can you scroll? Somewhere in the... Keep going. In
H.G.
the
Wells'
2000
War of the what?
So that's a good example.
Snakes on a train. There
Yeah,
you go.
exactly. But like they did like Pirates of Treasure Island. So click on that.
Halloween Night, Exorcism.
Like, I don't think this is supposed to be funny. They just made something that looked like Pirates of the Caribbean. I think in order to trick people into watching it.
Yeah, but they're not theatrical releases, are they?
They're streaming. They've always been like streaming only.
Well, they must have a good business model because they have 20-something films over 20-something years.
It says comedy drama, but comedy drama in the way that Pirates of the Caribbean is a comedy drama. Not comedy drama like Naked Gun. We're spoofing it.
Right,
It's
right.
like, no, we're making a funny pirate movie.
Right.
That is a direct ripoff. I don't know why I'm laughing at this. I actually think it's kind of shitty that they did these things, but they did them in whatever.
Loosely adapted.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Treasure Island. So
Film was criticized as an imitation,
Yeah.
particularly as was released just before and shares several similarities.
that's another thing they would do. They would beat the release date. They would get these things out right before.
Oh man!
And dude, some of the posters, you were like, a couple times I'd be on like whatever streaming service back in the day, and I'd be like, "This is out already," and I'd be like, "Wait, what the fuck is this?"
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, but they also did some legit.
That's so funny.
They've done some.
Transmorphers, The Hitchhiker,
Yeah.
Alien versus Hunter, the 9/11 Commission Report,
Some of them are legit movies.
30,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Freak Show.
Like I Am Omega was I Am Legend. It's
They,
just
they
a
make
rip
some of these
off.
things. Look at that. That's 7. How many movies did they make in 2007?
They'd
1,
make 'em
2,
left
3,
and
4,
right.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 movies they produced in 2007.
There is money out there
Monster.
to do this kind of thing.
Wow.
Paranormal entity. Oh, look at the poster. Look at the poster.
Yeah.
It's the same poster.
Yeah. What's that one? Impossible Pranksters. What's that?
Oh, whoa. Did they rip you guys off? Are you kidding?
I was making a joke.
Oh, damn it. That would have been great.
That's one of the names I've been called.
Oh, that's
We
great.
get called every single.
That's
thing
great.
they go.
But some of their movies aren't mockbusters. Some of their movies are just legit, like they're making a movie, you know?
Right.
They did a Stuart Gordon movie called King of the Ants that's actually, I've never seen it, but it's considered to be a solid movie.
Wow. Yeah, they really do try to rip off a lot of.
But I think they hit
I
their
mean, they have hundreds of movies. They make
Isn't
10
this
movies
incredible?
a year.
Isn't this incredible? Meth
Attack-
Gator. See, I told you they already did
Attack of
something.
the Meth Gator, which is basically cocaine. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Does it say which movie in that right column they're ripping off? Look, it says Cocaine
Yeah.
Bear. Wow.
Ape versus Mecha Ape, which is
The Little
Godzilla.
Mermaid, which is a take on
Well,
The
because
Little
that's-
Mermaid.
Some of these are they just do their own adaptation of the literature that already exists.
How?
The Little Mermaid's a book. It's not a Disney book. It's like a real book.
How to
It
get
might
the-
be public domain. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, then we should do it.
Pirates of the Caribbean might be public domain. Do you know this? Did you know this?
Do you know?
Do you know this?
Do you know what?
Do you know this? The Amityville license
PD.
is full public domain. Anybody,
No shit.
anywhere, for any amount of money on any platform,
How'd that happen?
in any way they please, can make because I think because it's just the name of a place, and you can't copyright the name of a place, so they can make a movie.
Well, it's one specific house that has been quote unquote haunted.
but the city's called Amityville. or the town.
Right.
So like, I know my friend Lauren works with a guy, Sean C. Phillips, who I'm a fan of, who's got a big movie channel on YouTube and Insta.
Okay.
But he just made the Amityville MILF and Amityville something else. Amityville Karen. He made the Amityville Karen and the Amityville something else.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fun.
But you can just make an Amityville movie and call it Amityville.
Twilight is public domain?
No, that's not Twilight.
So, very cool, very cool. I would like to go back to Sharknado just to understand something. So, Pimp.
Hurricane David is poised to be the first hurricane.
Storm. That's what's driven them all up north.
I've never seen so many up north so far.
Yeah, like
Okay, so it was like a tsunami. Okay, so the streets are flooded. So the sharks are swimming through the streets.
Disbelief that you don't understand the premise of this movie. and need filling in.
Hold on.
Just can't sit back and watch this.
Oh, that's amazing.
Tornado's heading towards the airport. We need to destroy it before it gets to them.
Yeah, like, I don't think this first one was supposed to be, like, that tongue-in-cheek. I think it was just like, we're going to make this wild, insane action movie. And then after this, they started to make them purposefully funny. You know what I mean?
Okay. So essentially what happens is there's like a tsunami type of flood. So the sharks are also swimming the
I mean,
streets.
are you listening to anything I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you here with me?
I heard everything you just said.
Are you here with me?
Yeah.
You're really caught up in the science of
Why won't you
Sharknado.
let me investigate this?
There's nothing to investigate, Sal.
I'm-
It's a
I'm
movie
ha-
about a tornado that put sharks into the
I'm
street.
having a dialogue. Why? What is eating at you right now?
I don't understand the obsession with the minutia of
Because
Sharknado.
I want to understand what it was about. So are the only people getting attacked from sharks flying through the air because they got whipped up into the tornado? Is that the only way they're getting attacked? Or are they swimming through the streets because of a flood?
There's a mix of both.
Also, why are you asking Pimp like he has
He
the answers?
saw it.
Well, I wasn't sober during it, but yeah, I saw them all.
He saw every one of them.
I saw it.
Oh, I didn't know. So answer my questions instead of
I
chastising
didn't
me.
see it. I'm on my own podcast. I'm sitting here as you two talk about a movie that's got nothing to do with what we do on the show.
Are you insane? This is what we do every single episode. We're just talking about a topic.
I'm telling you what
is
it is.
wrong with
What
you?
is your question here?
I want to know
A
then.
tornado
I-
throws sharks into the air into places
don't
they
act,
shouldn't
don't
be.
act like that is an easy thing to grasp. I get it. Sharknado, tornado, sharks. But I'm
Yeah.
asking just about like
Well, you just saw
the
one
cement-
flew at him and he
Well,
cut it with a chainsaw.
It's silly to me. I'm just wondering if because where did all the sharks come from? Like, okay, a tornado rips through the water. Why is it 100 sharks it lifts up, and why not any other sea
there's
life?
some half-assed explanation that there was a shark migration at the same time the tornado's hitting or
Okay,
something.
but my point also being then if the sharks are getting swept up into the tornado is only going to throw so many sharks. It keeps moving on. So all the sharks that are in the air at one time, and when they land, the Sharknado is over. That's why I'm asking, is there another way that the sharks penetrated the city?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just they get onto the land and into other waterways, and then they're here, and that's kind of the end of it.
If they're in other waterways, fine. But from the likes of what I've seen, they're writhing around the streets, and they're
Well, yeah.
flying through the air.
Well, some of them are on the streets. That one landed in a pool. You know, it's like, you know. Yeah, you know?
But this seems a little bit far-fetched.
It's I don't get if you're doing like a bit here to like
But they expect us to believe that this is
No.
going to happen?
no, they don't, and you know that they don't, and you understand what they're
That's
doing.
not what I
with
mean.
this.
Go beyond that.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Go beyond that. So one tornado whips up, let's call it 200 sharks. Now they're in midair. There's only so much time before they hit the floor, and then they die because they can't breathe. So how does the movie sustain?
Can't stress enough how much I don't care about this.
But I'm asking
or
you.
want
You
to talk
oh,
about
you
it.
didn't see it.
No, I'm telling. I've answered the question.
Well, here's the Carrot Top just got bit. Here's my
I've
next
answered
question.
the question. They throw sharks everywhere. Some of them land in other bodies of water, and I'm sure there's part of the premise is the tornado keeps moving and throwing more sharks into other cities or whatever it is. Like
That's implausible. I'll tell you. I want to ask you another
you're right.
question. For Sharknadoes 2 through whatever we're up to now, the same thing happened.
It's some excuse. I don't know. They wanted to make more.
So
I
in-
forget.
It's
In
a
part-
it's
in
a
part-
goofy B movie.
I understand, babe. In part 2, 3,
Then
4,
why ask these questions?
because it's what you do. It's
No,
a
it's not.
conversation about
It's
this.
not.
It's a conversation about the Goofy movie.
It's a conversation.
Making fun of it, trying to understand it.
I know, but it's a conversation about a movie that has been discussed ad nauseum on
I've
the
never
internet.
spoke about it in my life.
It's just been. This was
Has
such
it
a
been discussed on
this
here?
was such an internet thing. Like it has been beaten to death.
So do you want to not talk about anything that was talked about before?
I think we're digressing way too much into Sharknado, a dead subject.
I would have been done with my little. I had a
Like-
threefold question. It would have been done already.
I just
Except
wanted to-
now I'm going against. I'm in Sharknado court.
I
now.
wanted to just explain the Asylum based on. I don't even remember what it was based on at this point.
Well, I
It's
do
something-
think the Sharknado talk is probably a little bit more appealing
This
to
is-
people
this
than the
is-
Asylum business model.
This is hey babe stuff. We don't do this here.
We always talk before
We
a
do
battle.
this on Hey Babe.
Why shark
We
meat
talk
versus dolphin
personally.
meat?
We talk personally. How we doing? We talk about other food things that are happening. This is
do we all the time?
not all the time,
All
but
right.
I just feel like in
So
a day.
my
in a day
last
with-
question was like,
Go ahead.
were we to suspect? Were we to believe that a tornado hit in all the other ones too and did the same exact thing over
Yes.
and over?
That's why it's called Sharknado 2.
Well, nobody's
Sharknado
learning
3,
the lessons.
Sharknado 4.
No, because I do believe that Sharknado then became a franchise and a brand, and if they wanted to change the story, they would need to keep it Sharknado.
It's completely self-effacing and tongue-in-cheek. It's supposed to
I
be
understand.
So then, yeah, they do the same thing over and over.
But you don't know that.
I know it from seeing the trailers of each movie that's what's
You've
happening.
seen every trailer,
Yeah.
but you haven't seen any
They
of the
showed
movies.
commercials on TV. This was like a big sci-fi event for like 4 years.
I know they asked me to be in one, and I couldn't do it.
Should have done it. Maybe you wouldn't have so many questions
Well,
about
maybe I
it
would
if
have
you
read it.
would've
Maybe I
went
would have
and
read a
did the movie.
script.
Sorry for all the Fs that you're going to have to beep. It's a lot of Fs today.
Yeah,
already.
they're really deserved.
There's a cinematic event that changes
It's happening again.
everything.
It's happening again.
A phenomenon that challenges
Andy Dick pops up in the second one. Do you see here how this works?
a spectacle
It's ridiculous.
brings people together while taking the world by storm.
If you are told to evacuate,
First one, Robert Klein.
They say lightning.
First one I think was just supposed to be Sci-Fi Channel did
Not
a
Vivica
lot.
Fox?
Sci-Fi Channel did Judd Hirsch. Sci-Fi Channel, that guy was in Uncut Gems for Christ's sakes. That's how popular these things were.
All right, now I get an idea from watching this.
You really? You needed to see this to get an idea of what Sharknado was?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe one of our listeners
trailer didn't
or
fill you in?
watchers or listeners. But shout out to the listeners, by the way. Shout out to the people that just listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm talking directly to you. If you just listen and you never watch, you're missing a lot of stuff. But you're just as important, and we appreciate you.
Yes, we absolutely appreciate the listeners. Yeah. Very hangry today, I am.
You are.
Yeah.
I was picking up on something.
Well, you know,
Did you not eat yet?
I didn't, and I forgot to bring my factor meal with me, and I'm kicking myself.
I brought mine.
Yeah, well, I walked downstairs. I didn't want to be late. Got here. You were late.
You were here 3 minutes before me.
No, about 10.
When you said I'll be there in 4 minutes, that would have netted you about.
Now, Pimp and I had a pretty intense, involved
Well, look,
discussion. before
you
got
know
here.
what happened to me. I was
I'm
on
not
this one
blaming you.
block for 15
I'm just saying I
minutes.
should have said to the Uber guy, I got to run back up and grab my factor meal. I didn't do it because I don't think of myself enough. And I put my own needs aside too much. And then I don't do what I need to do for myself. And then I end up hurting myself. And that's what I did today. And now I have no food to eat. I'm very upset.
Okay. And you think that this particular topic is more interesting than Sharknado?
Huh? Yes, I do. I do. I do. Hangry, food related.
I could tell.
On a
I came
day-
in a good mood. I didn't eat yet either, by the way, and I was nervous. So I
You
brought
got
this
your
little,
you got your factor meal to look forward to. I got nothing.
Yeah, well, this you could order something. This snacks. You live in New York City. There's,
I'm on a diet.
I mean,
It's very hard.
anything
to eat-
happens in New York
hard to
City.
eat right when you're on a diet
Sharks fly through the air in New York City.
with delivery.
Alabama death row inmate James Barber
Look at this. How you just don't
had
even
Western
you don't even
omelet
connect
loaded
to-
hash browns for final meal.
You just go to the. What, I'm trying to talk to you. Why do you keep doing that? That's bothering me today. It is bothering
I'm going
me.
to the next topic.
We're not doing topics. We're not a goddamn topic show. I'm trying to talk to you about life.
Well, the next
I haven't
topic of
seen you in 2
conversation.
weeks.
All right.
You know, maybe we connect. Connect
You
with
haven't
your
seen
partner.
me in 2 weeks. You're right. I missed you shouting at my face.
Jesus God. You're like, I'm like mid-sentence and you're going, Alabama. What is this?
Yeah, it looked interesting.
What the hell are we doing here?
Wow, you got something wrong with you today.
I'm a little offended. You're not connecting with me. Connect with me.
Connect, babe.
You know what I'm annoyed with? Can I tell you what I'm annoyed with?
Please. Guys, you probably heard us talk about the Game Time app. I love it. It's what I use now for last-minute ticket deals, really any ticket deals, for sporting events, concerts. I mean, everything you can think of, right?
I think it's great. Sal, I'm going to tell you straight up and down.
Yeah.
I don't like the stress that goes along with planning and going to an event.
Nobody
and I
does.
like to not make a long ahead of time commitment to an event.
Yeah.
That's why Game Time is great. They're offering the flash deals. They're offering the lowest price guarantees, event cancellation protection. It makes it easy to go at the last minute and go in the best way possible at the
It's
last
literally
minute.
like 2 taps. It takes seconds to get tickets.
It's so great. And also, they have a Game Time guarantee. That means you're always going to get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row as yours for less, they are giving you a credit of 110% of that difference.
The tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you don't have to go dig through your emails when you got the event. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Try it out, guys. I'm telling you, you won't go back. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code tastebuds for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code tastebuds for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price.
Guaranteed.
That's it.
Have you not wanted to sign your life away to a big old wireless provider? None of us like it. It kind of feels like you're trapped, or it's hellish. It's hellish, folks. Nobody likes doing that. It looks fun at first. Sometimes it's intriguing. They throw in a gift, a free phone.
They'll bait you with it, yeah.
Whatever it is.
Then you get unexpected bills, overages, surprise fees.
You're stuck.
It's time to get off that ride with Mint Mobile. Now, we got to try this out, and I think it's literally... I haven't heard of anything like this.
No, it's
for a limited time. The wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15. I mean, right now, I'm embarrassed to say what I was paying before I saw this deal.
I will say this:
it's over $100.
I will say this: what I had outside of Mint Mobile, right?
Yeah,
the best possible deal, which was a good deal.
Yeah.
And Mint Mobile is making that good deal look like a chump. That's how good the Mint Mobile deal is.
Yeah.
It's really incredible. They're here to rescue you with the premium wireless plans for just $15 a month. So say goodbye to your big wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills.
And it is delivered on the largest 5G network, just like everybody else. You use your own phone, okay, with any Mint Mobile plan, and you bring your phone number over along with all your existing contacts. So don't worry about that. They make it very easy. Ditch big wireless with Mint Mobile's limited time deal and get premium wireless service for just $15 a month. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/tastebuds. That is mintmobile.com/tastebuds. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/tastebuds.
I have got a big fall tour coming up. Big venues, big shows, big fun. Avenel, New Jersey, September 16th. Toronto, Ontario, September 21st through the 23rd. November 11th, Philadelphia, PA, my hometown, at the old TLA. Oh, classic. November 17th, Pittsburgh, PA, Bottle Rocket Social Hall. November 18th in Buffalo, New York. November 30th, Denver, Colorado. December 1st in Phoenix. December 3rd in Salt Lake City. And more dates are being added all the time. Go to DeRosa.com for ticket and venue information and ticket links. I want to see you out there, please, people. Also, guess what? The album, Salsa Windfall, Artificial Birth, available everywhere on August 1st. And if you want to buy it, you can go buy it over at Bandcamp. It's dropping August 1st on Bandcamp, a little early, so you can buy it at a discounted rate, and then it hits all the digital streaming platforms on August 4th. I know you've been waiting for it. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Salsa Windfall, Artificial Birth, hitting those streets the first week of August, right in time for my birthday. Also, if you're in New York City, please come to Joey Rose's. We're open 7 days a week, starting at 11:30 a.m. every day. You love those sandwiches. You love those drinks. Why don't you love them together at Joey Rose's? JoeyRosesNYC.com.
I am back on tour after that because I'm filming my special in Chicago in December, and we are going to be at the Hartford Funny Bone, the Syracuse Funny Bone, the Albany Funny Bone, all by September. And then we're hitting Bowling Green, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Toledo, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Macon, Georgia, which I was corrected about many times, Savannah, Athens, Georgia. I'm coming through you. Mount Pleasant, there you go. And then Peoria, Rockford, Cedar Rapids, Springfield, Illinois, Duluth, Minnesota, Appleton, Wisconsin, which just went on sale, so you get those tickets. They're still good ones. Rochester, Davenport, and Elkhart, Indiana. They're all on sale right now. They're all going to be before the end of this year. SalVulcanoComedy.com for tickets. And you know what? Check out some Hey Babe and some Taste Buds merch on our website. We got some good merch, so you should go there if you're a fan and buy something. Don't be...
I have asked you, just hear me out.
Oh,
I have pitched
I was
you,
in such a good mood today.
be in a good mood.
Okay.
You can be in a good mood. I didn't say I wasn't in a good mood. I said I'm hangry. But your behavior's irritating me right now. I have asked you so many times, whether you remember this or not, Believe me, it's the truth. I've asked you so many times to do a battle of Seinfeld versus Curb. And every time I've pitched it to you, you've said, I just couldn't. I would need to, I don't know. Right? I'm not going to be here for 2 episodes. It looks like Joe List is probably going to fill in for me on one of those episodes.
It looks like Joe List and Josh Nasser will fill in.
That's very nice. That's great. Who's Josh Nasser again?
I know. Buddy of mine, Comic LA.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
Sweet kid.
I'm sorry.
Great guy.
Good guy. I'm sorry, Josh, that I didn't remember you immediately. Anyway, Joe List comes in, immediately on the thread pitches Curb versus Seinfeld. You light up. You start chiming in on the convo.
Actually, you guys had like a 10 text exchange before I went, I would agree.
I felt like you.
So what's that
I
about?
felt like he deserved I couldn't do that, and I feel like your battle with List is moving very steadfastly towards.
No, the reason I can't do it is twofold. One, I genuinely can't oppose one or the other. I just can't. So I don't know which one I think is better. I really don't, because I can make merits for both. So I don't think that I would add anything to an argument, because I could just be like, well, here's a bunch of points for this. Here's a bunch of points for that. So for me, I don't know. And then the second thing was that I used to be, and I shit you not, encyclopedic with Seinfeld. I mean, I had probably just like anyone else, but I bet you I've seen every episode 20 times. That's how much there wasn't an episode that would come on that I couldn't say out loud as I watched it.
Right.
And that's like that for a lot of people, but I was like really like the next level of it. And I haven't watched Seinfeld in like a decade. And I feel like I'd be doing Seinfeld a disservice if I wasn't in the same, at that same level of knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
What are you going to do? Rewatch the whole series?
Well, we did. I did Seinfeld Friends with you.
You did. And I got shafted because I took Friends. Ugh.
You said you wanted to take Friends.
I hate that I took it. It was a moment of weakness. I shouldn't have taken Friends. I hate that. I wanted Curb. I wanted to do Curb.
Well, I might argue there's reasons Curb is better, and there's things that are better about Curb and things that are better about Seinfeld. I don't see where the debate. I don't know what to.
Oh,
okay. There's a debate to happen, and people would vote. But for me personally, I can make the points. I love great points for both.
I love both equally, but I would defend Curb because I am Curb.
We all.
That is my. You ain't Curb the way I'm Curb. You ain't starting shit the way I'm starting shit out in these streets. I'm out there doing the shit he's doing.
You will Curb.
Something wrong with me.
You will Curb.
There's something wrong with me
because you will go to the lengths of.
I am.
You will
Costanza.
go to the length of sabotaging something.
I will. Yeah, I'll cross town to be like, I can't stop thinking about this. I got to get on a plane and fly to you and talk to you about it. But anyway, my point is I felt a little bit in the text exchange. You didn't just swat him down when he pitched it. I actually
wrote a whole thing. I think, and I didn't send it because I was like, "What? What does this even matter?"
I was going to write.
We were going to do that, but we couldn't decide what should be. So I did Friends and Seinfeld, and I don't even know if I sent that. I think I remember writing it, and I think I deleted it because I was like, "I'm wasting time here. I got work to do." I caught up in text messages when I'm trying to do work. I'll read the text exchange. I think you're incorrect.
I'm just saying, I'm just telling you. I felt a little unseen.
Carrying that with you, I think.
And then we come in today. I haven't seen you, and you're looking at the screen instead of at your friend.
I sent the text to play Devil's Advocate today for Curb.
Oh yeah.
That's how the whole Curb thing kicked off today.
That's kind of I felt like you were jumping in. I almost responded to that text.
Devil's Ad though. I could do Devil's Advocate for them all day long. I can't oppose you.
We're getting sidetracked on the worth of the battle versus my feeling neglect from you and feeling unloved.
This is wild, bro.
Good.
Piling on a lot today.
Yeah.
That seems it seems also unwarranted.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
Sharknado is not what we do.
Okay.
This is what we do.
Okay. All right.
All right, now talk about the Denver omelet.
That?
Yeah.
Now you
I'm
are.
just sorry. I wanted you to look at me for a minute. I was trying to talk to you.
Let's talk, babe.
All right. This guy had a
Let's talk.
Do you believe that?
I got a death row bit about the last meal.
This guy had a Western omelet and hash browns as his final meal. I saw this yesterday.
Why is that? I'm sorry. Wait, why is that news?
I think it's just such a basic meal that you could get anywhere.
Meaning like, Dick, he could have ordered something great and you ordered that. That's not what it is. Because really the meal is in the eye of the The Dead Man Walking. I mean, like, it's not like, I mean, if somebody wanted a ham and cheese, I wouldn't be like, a ham and cheese, you could have got caviar. Like, it's not like that. It's what they crave.
I would say out of any breakfast meal.
Why is this in the news, though? I don't understand.
It's on
Go
Twitter.
click on it.
News.
What's the angle here? What's the angle?
It's just like, can you believe this is what he got? He didn't
But why? I
get
mean,
lobster or whatever. Oh, no, that's actually in the Post. It's real news.
Alabama death row inmate James Barrow had nearly 36 visitors and ate a final meal consisting of a Western omelet, loaded hash browns, and other breakfast fixings before his Friday morning execution. Barber, 64, received a lethal injection 2 a.m. The former handyman's death comes 2 decades after he was convicted in a fatal beating of a 75-year-old Dorothy Epps with a claw hammer. So when he was 44, he beat a 75-year-old woman to death with a. The confessed killer had 32 visitors in 2 days prior to his execution, with 22 seeing him on Thursday alone. He also had 2 phone calls. Why is this news again? Barber also requested spicy sausage and toast in addition to the omelet. He refused breakfast earlier, but had snacks and beverages throughout the day. Why? Barber spent moments before his execution apologizing, telling officials, "I forgive you for what you were about to do to me. I want you to tell Epps' family I love them. I'm sorry for what happened. No words would fit how I feel." Jesus. And then there's a very high-def, close-up picture of a Western omelet and hash browns with
Do you
spicy
think that's
sauce.
his actual meal, or it's just a stock photo?
Getty image stock photo underneath.
Well, that would answer it. The
Hold on.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
So again, I read that whole article. The article, was it just to tell us that someone was recently executed?
Yeah, I think it's just a kind of an odd look. If I go to breakfast with you, okay, and we go to a diner, which is where what are you making a face for?
I don't know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
You don't know where I'm going with this? We're talking about a Western omelet. I said if I go to breakfast with you at a diner,
Right.
you're confused as to where we're going with this?
Well, just because what would be odd of me ordering that in the diner? I don't know where you're going yet. What is wrong with you today? Why are you yelling at me for nothing today?
But that was a weird.
I don't know. You said, well, if me and you were at a diner, I'm like, go ahead. I wonder where you're going with this.
Why is there a news article?
Right.
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 And I said, because I think it's a kind of an odd last meal to get.
That's still not a news article.
Because it's basic.
Okay.
And then I said, for instance, if you and I went to breakfast in a diner,
right,
and then you said, I don't know where you're going with it.
I don't.
I'm going in a direction about breakfast.
But I don't know where you're going.
Sharknado. Enough said.
Go ahead.
All right. I'll break it down for you.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you go to a diner, you order breakfast with a friend?
Yeah, I know how that sometimes happens.
So let's say you and I were those friends doing that, right?
And so far, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay. And you got a Western omelet?
Yeah.
I'd be like, really?
That's where you were going with it?
Yeah.
Are you making a K-turn? Because we hit a dead end there.
That's why it's a news story. It's like the most obvious. It's just the most obvious.
I guarantee
boring,
you that
like, who cares?
That 99% of death row meals are a regular type of food.
Well, we wouldn't know because they don't write news stories about them. But this one made the press. And it made the press.
And your whole thing where you just went was, well, let's say you and I were at a diner and you ordered a Western omelet. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty basic. That was the big point.
I always think an omelet is a waste of a meal. Always. Every time.
I love omelets, really. I think they're a little overrated.
They're dry. Most of the time, the ingredients aren't prepared right.
A scramble is nice.
A scramble's great.
Skillet, even.
Yeah. But an omelet. An omelet is like halfway to quiche, but it's not quiche. It doesn't quite have the care of a frittata, even though it sort of is one.
Yeah, I would say a frittata, a quiche, or even a scramble.
Scramble's
are
great.
better than that.
So
let me ask you a question.
Anytime anybody orders an omelet, I'm like, you're wasting a breakfast meal right now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be like, hello, New York Post. Have I got a load of news?
If it was your dying meal, it's kind of a weird dying meal.
I would order, you know what my dying meal would be? My 3 favorite foods, and they're not special. Be a bowl of cereal, maybe a waffle, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and some ravioli. That's what.
Ugh.
Peace out.
God, that meal sucks.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite meal.
That's your favorite meal is a bowl of cereal, raviolis, and
I have 2 favorite things for each meal. I have cereal and waffles. I have a peanut butter and jelly or ham and cheese, and I have ravioli and pizza. Those are my 6 favorite foods.
You're taking ravioli over pizza. You
No,
son
I'm saying
of a
those
bitch.
are my 2 favorite like dinner foods.
After you took pizza against pasta,
Ravioli is my favorite. You have a problem with that too?
you wouldn't
Not
have taken.
surprised.
Well, you should have taken pasta in the pizza versus pasta battle when you said you couldn't defend pasta.
Ravioli,
That's pasta.
not pasta.
Pasta is
Ravioli.
Ravioli is pasta.
No shit.
Lasagna
but not
is
all pasta is ravioli. I got to explain that to you now?
I'm just saying, if my favorite food fell under the category of pasta, I would defend
I
pasta.
just told you pizza and ravioli are my 2 favorite dinner foods.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
You're saying a lot today.
I am
saying a lot.
I am.
Speaking of the
there's
scramble,
something going on
scramble.
in your head today.
There's
I'm not
something going
sure.
on in mine. I would love to poll our audience live right now.
You always would like to poll the audience live, but we can't. So I guess
Yeah.
it's my word against yours once again.
The scrambler.
Here we are.
The scrambler. As
Yes.
far as a local, what do they call those? Not festivals, fairgrounds. Like, what do you call those things? I'm going to when they have like the carny games and the wheels and the festival. What's it called? Carnival. A local one. You know, like what I'm getting at is the scrambler.
The ride.
Yeah.
Dude, I got so confused with what you were just talking. I thought you were saying you go to a carnival and get eggs. And I was like, what the is he talking about?
No, I'm just saying the scrambler because it made me think of that.
The ride, the scramble.
Yeah. What do you?
Okay,
How do you rate that ride in the realm of those types of rides?
I'm not a fan.
Why?
It's like the Gravitron.
No, I hate the Gravitron.
Well, the Gravitron I respect more because at least it has a feat to it.
The feet is don't throw up.
But it's like you're going to spin so fast you're going to defy gravity and like weird shit's going to happen in here. That's very interesting.
Never been on
Like-
one. Never will go on one.
Oh, it is kind of wild, like what happens inside of it.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
Because it's just fully nauseating. You're just going in there and getting spun
Well,
around until your brain can't handle it anymore.
But like
You know
I've heard
you know how
stories.
many people get splattered with throw up on that thing?
I've heard of stories of people throwing up and the throw up stays in the air. Like it's wild. But yeah, I hear you. I have no interest in revisiting the Gravitron, right?
Oh
but,
my God.
Sal, I'm talking. You're. This is what I.
You have no interest in
This
revisiting
is
the Gravitron,
wild, though. But that's wild.
but I just repeated every word that you said.
I know, but to look at a screen as somebody's talking to you and start addressing.
Are
the
you
screen.
insane? It's what we do here.
It's
That's the screen
not.
we look at
You
for
stay
reference
locked
points
in the
during our conversation. You're wild, bro. We're talking about this specific
not.
topic. He brings up 8 gets stuck upside down on a roller coaster for 3 hours. I go, oh wow, and you get mad. I heard everything you said.
I would find it. I would find it wildly rude if we were having a conversation and you did that. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I find it rude. Earlier, I was breaking balls because you just got hooked on a thing I didn't give a shit about, and you just wanted to talk about it.
I thought you were just breaking balls.
I was busting your chops. That was legitimately very rude. What you just did. All right, don't take the note. Go through life. Anyway.
I like a scramble because it is.
Wait, let me finish my thought about the Gravitron.
Please, I'm dying to hear it.
All right, I was saying you're not dying to hear it. I know sarcasm when I hear it.
No, I'm dying to hear it.
What I was saying
You
is,
think you're telling me right now that I'm not dying
you're not
to
dying.
hear your thoughts about the
You're not dying.
Gravitron?
What I was going to
Are
say
you serious?
is, at least the Gravitron has an element to it that's like a little like mind-boggling.
Yeah, you
where you're
said
like,
that already.
Yeah, right. But I don't want to go on the Gravitron. The only reason I'm giving it the edge over the Scrambler is because of that element. Both rides, however, I'm not a fan because the only goal is to make you dizzy and sick. That's what I'm
but
saying.
the Scrambler, I think, is palatable. I think it toes the line of like, all right, you're going to whip you around, but it's going to be like silly fun. You know what I mean?
You don't get sick on it?
I mean, if I ride it ad nauseum, maybe, but like one ride on it, I get off and I'm good.
I might be misremembering
But
how
whip-
bad the Scrambler
But that whip,
is.
and then when you're passing someone else, it looks like you might hit them, and then you whip. Like it's kind
yeah,
of fun.
I might be misremembering the Scrambler being more dizzying than I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What do you think of a Dutch? What's a Dutch oven? Of a Dutch The boat, the Dutch boat, whatever it's called.
Oh, the Buccaneer?
yeah.
Why is that a Dutch boat?
I feel like at Dorney
Could
Park
you imagine
and
they
Wildwater
called
Kingdom,
that ride the Dutch boat?
I think it was called the Dutch something at the Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom.
The Buccaneer, I think, is great. Although, if you want to give yourself a quick Google on Buccaneer accidents, they're horrifying.
On Buccaneer accidents?
Yeah, like when the thing won't stop, or it almost goes all the way around, or the thing is it's wobbling because the weight is shifted and the thing's not anchored. Oh, and those people, they can't stop the ride, and they're just like on that thing. It becomes like a real Buccaneer, like a perfect storm.
Hey, when you were a kid, Sal, did you read that book, Everybody Poops?
I did. I had not when I was a kid, but I have read it.
Yeah.
I read it for a college essay.
Yeah, or maybe you read it to a kid recently. Who
Correct.
knows? You know, let's just say many adults like us have forgotten the details. Pooping anxiety, self-controlled constipation, and nervous diarrhea. These are conditions that many adults experience
Look
throughout
at
their
me.
lives.
Look at me in the face. If you are out there and you have pooping anxiety or self-controlled constipation, or look at me, nervous diarrhea, you're heard. You're seen.
Yes.
Okay? We see you.
And that's where Seed comes in. Seed's DS01 makes it easier to go, okay?
What about when you got to get on stage and you have the anxiety and you have to go to the bathroom and you're like, oh my God, now I can't go and this is an hour and you have this nervous stomach up there.
I know. Seed's DS01 daily symbiotic supports healthy regularity, healthy mobility, and ease.
Motility, babe.
Or motility, excuse me, and ease of evacuation. There's also increasing research on the gut-brain axis, which Seed is currently researching in partnership with Axial Therapeutics. The capsule and capsule ViaCap safeguards viability through digestion for delivery of an average of 100% of probiotic starting dose.
So you're getting
to your
the
colon.
full dose. You're maximizing everything out of that capsule.
Yeah, that's really great.
16 of the 24 strains are specifically geared toward digestive health. And that makes sense because people take a probiotic for digestive health. Reinforces healthy stool hydration and ease of evacuation, which you just said.
Yep.
And supports gut ease from occasional gastrointestinal discomfort associated with increased intestinal transit time is what I was trying to say, everybody. Hang tight. We're taking you to the end.
Anyway, start a new healthy habit today. Visit seed.com/tastebuds and use code tastebuds to redeem 25% off your first month of Seed's DS01 Daily Symbiotic.
Took it today. Swear.
Oh,
I've been taking it. Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, these are areas I need help in, and Seed is the place. They're the folks to help. That's seed.com/tastebuds. Use promo code tastebuds.
Gut health is important. Check it out.
Folks, want to talk to you about Raycon, making amazing earbuds to kick up that summer experience for you. I love the summertime. I love the summertime vibes. I love the sun. I live also in New York City, so I am walking around all the time, not just because it's beautiful outside, but because I got to do a lot of stuff on foot. And I like to have my own soundtrack as I do it, whether I'm running errands or walking to a work thing, whatever it is, I like listening to music. And Raycon is making that the best experience for me, for you, for all of us. You can use the earbud tap functions to toggle between 3 customizable sound profiles, noise isolation, and awareness mode. Raycon, they've got 32 hours of battery life, including 8 hours of playtime, so you can listen to what you want, when you want, for a really, really long time. And they come with the custom gel tips for the most comfortable in-ear fit. Also, best part to me, Raycon's starting at half the price of the other premium audio brands, but they sound just as good. Raycon's also coming with a 30-day happiness guarantee, so you really can't lose. I'm telling you, people, even if you're not going on vacation, summer's all about a vacation state of mind. Get there with Raycon's. Create your own soundtrack right now with Raycon. Tastebuds listeners can get 15% off their Raycon purchase at buyraycon.com/tastebuds to save 15% on your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/tastebuds. So create your own soundtrack right now with Raycon. Right now, Tastebuds listeners are going to get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/tastebuds. That's buyraycon.com/tastebuds to save 15% off on Raycons. Buyraycon.com/tastebuds. My friends Scott and it was either Scott and Tim or Scott and Tim's brother Pete. I can't remember which two, but it doesn't matter. But Scott, he liked to go on every ride that was like the more terrifying. He got excited. He did a ride. I remember it was at Dorney Park. This was the ride, right?
And Wild Water Kingdom.
And Wild Water Kingdom. Yes. See, now you're locked in, and I like it.
That's right. It's just Tim and Scott and Tim, or Tim's brother Pete.
Wow. You don't need to flex.
Now
Nobody needs to flex.
I'm locked in and I'm flexing.
Nobody needs to flex.
What are
I
you
know
talking
what
about?
you're doing.
What are you talking about? Now I'm paying dedicated attention to every word you're saying, and I'm flexing.
All right.
You today you're not gonna. You can't. You didn't have your V8.
I didn't have my V8.
You can't lock into everything's an issue today. Everything's an issue today.
I got up. Maybe it's the testosterone kicking in. I'm on testosterone.
Well,
maybe it's kicking in.
Well,
let's go.
Get off of
I'll
it.
Rip you limb from limb. Yeah. No, listen, this is the thing. It was like, I don't know. I'm going to say 200 feet in the air, 300 feet. It was wildly tall. I don't know how many feet that is, right?
Okay.
But it was wildly tall. It was like tall enough that if you fell off of it, you would die, right? It was that tall. Anyway, it was a pole. It was a straight pole. That's it. There was a designated car here and a designated car at the top of it.
Car?
2 cars enclosed.
Like a vehicle?
Like a car, like a ride car that you sit inside, right? Designated, fully enclosed car. Fully enclosed.
Yeah, I got that.
Which
Like
you'll
how they
understand in
do
a
on
minute.
those, like the London Eye, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Locked, doesn't move, just there at the pole, designated one facing this way, bottom of the pole, one facing that way. The whole ride was you and a friend sit in the car and the thing just starts spinning.
I know it.
So you go up, and then the thrill is you are going face down in this car from 200 feet in the air, whatever it is, down. And they did it. I was like, there's no way I'm getting on that. And they got off, and I was like, was that scary? And they were like, dude, it was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand rides like that. Other than it's like bungee jumping. I don't get it.
I have a fear of heights, okay? And within that fear of heights, I've jumped out of a plane once in 2006. I've bungee jumped maybe 10 times. A bunch at Action Park where you jump backwards and there's a pad down there.
That place was riddled with accidents.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, you'd see people bleeding and getting carted out every year when we went.
Really?
Yeah. I bled. I mean, you would see multiple accidents a day every time you ever went for the course of my childhood.
All right, can we make a note for a shirt? Please? All right, Roger, squeeze my head. We have to get Roger squeeze my head. We should make a shirt that says "I bled at Action Park." That's a great shirt. "I bled at Action Park" is a great shirt.
But it's very niche. It's just going to be sold here.
Niche. It's for our podcast fans. Who else are we trying to sell?
But if you're not from Mount Vernon, New Jersey,
no, there was a documentary on HBO called Class Action Park.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I think Action Park is more infamous than you think it is.
But in order to be like, I bled there. Sure,
yeah, it's just a
limited
funny
run.
shirt.
It's a limited run.
Yeah, who cares?
All right,
they don't buy it.
Roger squeezed my head. I bled at Action Park.
Yeah. All right.
I bungee jumped. I did the bungee jumping where they tie it to your leg, your ankles, and then you dive face forward at Fat Tuesdays.
This is at Action Park?
Fat Tuesdays in Cancun.
All right. That makes a little more sense to me to do it because it's Fat Tuesdays, you're in Cancun.
And you're over the water.
And you're over the water. And you got a head full of rum and tequila, whatever.
That was bad. And you know my friend.
Scary?
I would never do it again just because I don't know what I was. I guess when I was younger, I didn't have as much of a fear, maybe. It was terrifying. And I've since seen bungee jump accidents.
You're at the top of this thing. You're standing at the ledge.
It's okay. So there's Fat Tuesdays. They have an outdoor area that's on the water. So it's part of there. And you go, and then on the beach, but like on a pier, is a rickety like staircase of wood. And it's a genuine company. Like you sign a waiver and they say we haven't had an accident and all that. We haven't had any accidents. And
are you trembling?
a bunch of us did it, and I was drinking. I was probably, I don't know what I was. I was 21, 20.
I mean, so you're soused.
I don't know if I was there yet. I don't think I would have done it like that. I just think I was like,
But
all
you
right,
were
let's
you
do it.
got a good buzz. You're like you're in Cancun, baby. You're in
Yeah,
that
but I don't think I
zone
was
at least.
there when I was doing this.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it. I don't know. I remember being of sound mind. A bunch of us did it. They put a towel on your ankles so that the rope doesn't hurt you. And then they clasp it and you dive
Wow.
forward.
This is the technique.
I would never do it, right? My friend ties it to his ankles. He's drunk. My buddy Joe. And he jumps off feet first. So that by the time he gets to where the rope is going to give, his body's upright, but the rope is tied to his legs. That rope, he looked like a human rag doll. When he jumped off feet first, we were like waiting in a line up there, like waiting for him to go. And like we just all went, and we looked at the Mexican guy, who was like the guy who worked there, and he was like, he just jumped off, and we were like, uh-oh. And then when he got to that point, he went, whoosh, and his body, it looked like his limbs were going to all fly off.
Did he get hurt?
He was okay, but we couldn't believe it. But I also
So he hits the rope tightens with him feet first,
Yes.
and it just goes.
just whips his body down. It was, I've never seen a human body like in
Jesus
that.
Christ! It
in
sounds
that-
like you'd like break your spine.
And we were like we were like running. We were gonna run downstairs because we were like, he's gonna need help, and then he was okay. Anyway,
Hold on a second. That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story. We got to we have to get to the battle.
okay,
Clock's ticking.
all right.
What do we have, Tim?
So
Okay. All right. Battle. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Time 2.
B-A-T-T-L-E
buds. We on the same page? We on
Yeah.
the same page? We on the
Yes.
same page?
Yes.
Good. Well, screw you, because now we're battling.
Okay.
Now we're off the same page.
All right.
All right. Sore throat, runny nose. Which is worse? I'm
stuffed
saying
nose.
sore
Nose.
Yeah. I was saying sore throat is worse. You're saying runny nose.
Well, stuffed nose is what we put up there, but I think what we're saying is like
Stuffy nose.
a jacked up nose, stuffy or not, maybe.
I mean,
But we did for the vote. We did put stuffy
okay.
nose.
Nothing in my entire world when it comes to sick is worse than sore throat. Because I will tell you, I can steer into the curve of any other aspect of sick.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly,
They're both horrible.
Find a little enjoyment. If I'm being honest.
I don't follow.
All right. If I'm achy and fatigued, I'm like, this sucks, but I'm like, guess I gotta lie down. All right, it's time to lay in bed.
There is
All right.
something about that achy shiver that like it's fun to like get under the covers and
There's
is that what
nothing
you
worse
mean?
than the chills. The chills is the worst. The chills.
Chills.
I forgot about the chills. Well, that's for another day. Well,
I heard that you were feeling ill, headache, fever, and the chills.
What's that from?
I came to help restore your pluck. Because I'm the nurse who likes to.
Oh, what's that from? Weird Science?
You're in the area. You're in the neighborhood.
Better Off Dead?
You're
Mannequin.
You're in the neighborhood.
Revenge of the Nerds.
You're in the neighborhood.
Nudge me. Don't give it away. Nudge me.
All right, I had something to say, but it'll give it away. Chicka-chicka.
Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
That's right. All right. So, yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Anything there's not one Ferris Bueller thing you could have said that wouldn't have been a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
If you would, this is the one thing you could have said. If you went
9 times.
No, that would have dead giveaway.
With your bad back, you shouldn't be throwing anyone.
That I might not have got.
Oh, Ed, with your bad back,
Yeah, you should-
Mrs. Poole.
She's the best. That lady is awesome in everything she's ever in.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Yeah.
You could have did. Hey, what do you think this is,
Hey,
man?
what country do you think this is?
You know they're making a prequel movie about those two guys.
Oh boy, do I!
I'll reserve my comments because it sounds like you might know the people involved in the project.
I'm once removed.
All right, never mind. Anyway, so here's the thing. I can steer into.
But I will tell you this: it's cool because it's the same day. So it's what was going on simultaneously.
No. I get that.
I
it's-
love that idea.
I get that it's the same day.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be great. I don't
Well,
care
I-
about those two characters.
I just care
Give
about.
me a Rooney.
I care
Give me Rooney's Day.
I care about the universe. You know.
Give me Rooney's Day. Give me Jennifer Grey's character's day.
Well, you kind of saw her day.
Give me
You saw their day.
the parents' day.
The parents.
I could care. I get it. They took the car. They had an adventure. There's a story to tell.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen. I'm available for parts, 5 and over. Anyway.
You're gonna land that one.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
The thing about
Anyway.
the sore throat is right.
But wait. I can steer into the curve
Okay.
of the aches. I can steer into the curve of a fever. All right. I'm just going down for the count. This is it.
Oh, fever's bad.
Sucks, but I can steer into the curve of it, okay? Even Stuffy knows there's a satisfaction in blowing it out. Runny nose,
Not when
there's
it
a
doesn't come out.
satisfaction in cleaning it. Sore throat, when it happens, there is nothing positive at all you can say. It hurts when you eat. It hurts when you drink. It hurts when you talk. It hurts when you're doing nothing.
terrible.
It absolutely sucks. It keeps you awake. There's that feeling.
I hate it. I hate
it's
it.
the worst.
I hate it,
dude.
and I probably, arguably hate it maybe just as much as the stuff nose. I took stuff nose because I can make an argument for both. Stuffy nose. There are measures, right? You can gargle with warm water and salt. There are mentholyptus cough drops that really a numbing like kind of cough drops,
do
zinc
nothing.
lozenges.
Let's be honest.
Talk to the CEO of Halls and tell
Let's-
him that Ludens doesn't do anything.
Let's-
Ludens, we could all agree, Ludens. We've been on to you since childhood. You're a candy factory posing as a lozenge
You got
factory.
a real.
But Halls brings
Listen.
brings in the noise, brings in the funk.
Babe.
Halls, you can get an extra strength Halls that you'll put menthol in here and feel it in your balls.
Babe.
You could also sip
Babe.
tea, honey, lemon.
I don't know who you
There
think-
are things to quell
I don't-
and to help
Let me
alleviate.
say this, but let me say this. I don't know who you think you're dealing with. I buy Halls by the bag.
Okay.
But let's be honest. You got a real sore throat in your hands. All that Halls is doing is saying, have a little taste of honey with some mentholyptus. It'll distract you for a little while. It's like the thing
The
in
thing
the
about
wilderness.
it is you need to have almost haul after haul.
It's
And it becomes a little hard to have that many hauls.
you're also
But that's why you switch off. Then you have some tea. Then you have a little honey and lemon.
those
Then you gargle.
things
Maybe you take an Advil.
over a period of time may do a little bit of assistance. But you're
None
talking
of those
about,
things will cure a
you want
stuffy
to talk
nose.
about yeah, but a stuffy nose, Afrin, baby.
No.
It's so potent.
No.
They tell you can only do it for 3 days, or you get addicted for life. Like,
Correct. And I don't do Afrin because it burns your nose. It's not good for you, and you can't do more than Afrin.
But it
is
clears the nose out.
It's temporary relief at best. When you have a
But
bad,
so is a Halls.
right. But a Halls is not. I mean, Afrin is bad. A Halls is. You're not gonna be like, I'm addicted to Halls. I'll suck your dick for a Halls.
Okay, then Sudafed, or there's decongestants that work. There's Dayquil. There's
Well, there's medicine for all of them, but
sore throat is its own. If you have
when you can't breathe, you can't taste food, you can't talk right, you can't sleep. You can't sleep even more so because it's okay. Swallowing is one thing, but you need to breathe. If you have to breathe out of your mouth for like 3-4 days straight because you can't get rid of this stuffy nose, if you have to speak, if you want to sleep well, if you want to taste food, it's so annoying.
I think
when
you're
you cannot breathe
combining
through your nose.
I think you're combining stuffy nose with the other elements that sometimes come along with it.
I'm only talking about stuffy nose.
But no, hear me out. Here's what I'm saying.
But can I just say one point before you continue?
Yeah.
Just one point.
Yeah.
With a stuffy nose, it eliminates the function of the nose. It eliminates it.
Right.
A sore throat, you could still swallow, you could still eat. It just hurts, but you could still have the function of your throat.
But Sal, you're talk. This is the point I was about to get to. You're talking about a concrete was poured in my nose, stuffy nose. That only happens 1 out of every. For me, and I have allergies. For me, 1 out of every 20.
But we're talking about worst
say.
case scenarios.
We're not. No, we're not. We're talking.
Well, you just
about,
said when you have a sore throat, all bets are off. You can't breathe. You can't eat. You can't swallow.
I
you
think
can't-
any level of sore throat is horrific.
But that's
Period.
But
That's my take. That's why I said I pick sore throat. That's why I think it's so
any
much
level
worse.
of sore throat, and it's the
I
worst thing in the
can't
world. Any level.
Stand it. I can't stand it. Not to mention, it's an indicator that something far worse might be wrong or something very bad might be wrong. Strep throat. It's a sign of
Strep throat.
Strep throat.
Oh. Sound like you said shrep.
It can be the sign of a bacterial infection. It can be a sign of different viruses. Stuffy nose is usually allergies, okay? Usually. And my point is unless it's worst case scenario, which is 1 for me out of every 20 stuffy noses, a stuffy nose is usually sort of irritating, but you can breathe, you can taste, you can do this.
There's no hiding it. You go to a function, you go somewhere and you're like,
Hey everybody, I don't
ever try
mind
to
me.
hide a sore throat?
Don't mind me, I can't speak right now.
That's worst case scenario.
right.
But I'm saying we're not arguing just worst case scenario.
I'm not arguing the merits of how severe one can be versus the other. That's silly. What's the worst, the most annoying thing about a stuffy nose? You can't breathe through your nose.
But you can breathe through your nose.
But you
it's
can't.
just harder to breathe.
You literally have closed up nostrils. You can't breathe through your nose. You ever go like this and try to breathe, and then you cannot breathe?
That's an extreme scenario is what I'm saying.
But when I say stuffy nose, that's what we're all talking about, right? When you can't breathe through your nose.
What I'm saying
now you're telling me, oh, well, I'm talking about a case of stuffy nose that I had last week where I kind of could breathe. No, I'm talking about what's the worst thing.
Then I'll talk about worst case scenario sore throat. You literally can't swallow. So then what are you going to do?
When was the last time you couldn't swallow?
You literally, when you have a true worst case scenario sore
Still
throat,
swallow.
you cannot eat solids because it will irritate the throat. You can only have certain fluids because certain fluids will irritate the throat.
I mean, that's if you
can't
get your
have
tonsils
anything
taken out. That's
can't
not
have,
a cold.
That's not true. You can't have it. But
Soup,
listen,
hot liquid.
I have allergies. I get stuffy noses a lot. The scenario, again, I will say it again, 1 out of 20 is the scenario where I feel like there's some rubber cement in my nose and I can't breathe. Usually,
That's what I'm talking about.
I understand.
So that versus a sore throat.
It's not. Then I got to argue worst version of sore throat.
That's fine. That's what I thought we were doing.
Okay, that's what I was just doing, and you're saying it's not valid because it's too random.
I didn't say that's not valid. I said, when was the last time that you had a sore throat where you couldn't physically swallow?
I don't know. The last time I was.
That seems a little
the
crazy.
Last time I was super sick. It also seems crazy to me to go that I get stuffy.
Did you die?
Oh, dude, I don't like.
Did it hurt to swallow, or could you not swallow?
When you have a true strep throat, sore throat, it is very hard and painful to swallow.
Yes.
Of course, you physically can do it,
right?
But you try not to,
sure,
because it's horrible. And yes, you can't eat because foods irritate the infection and the you know what I mean, the soreness. It's like hitting a bruise or something over and over again, and it won't heal. So you have to. So I will take not being able to eat solid foods any day of the week over
not breathing.
I can't smell. You can breathe. You can breathe through your mouth.
Soup is delicious.
Oh, please, Sal.
It's an immediate alleviation. Hot liquids. You have.
This is a bad argument.
You have a lozenge. You have you have soup. You have honey lemon tea. You have chloroseptic. You could spray it right in your throat and numb it immediately if you want to go with Afrin.
Because you dug your heels in on worst case scenario stuffy nose, you're not allowing yourself now the wider breadth of the argument you could be making against sore throat. You've painted yourself into a
Sure I am. I just named you 10 ways to alleviate that.
It's not, Sal. When you have a real sore throat because there's a bacterial infection, you have to take medicine for it.
Well, let me ask you this.
Those things don't fix it.
Let me ask you this.
They don't do anything.
Let me bring this to the table. What's the ratio of times that you have that type of sore throat versus the times you have any type of stuffy nose?
No. What do you get more? That's not a fair. No.
So take it away. What do you get more, sore throat or stuffy nose? What do you get more? In any way, shape, or form. Stuffy nose, 20 to 1, right?
Again,
20 to 1, stuffy nose.
I will say it again.
So for the 4 times a year that I might have a sore throat, I'll take that and remedy it versus the 50 times a year that I can't breathe through my nose.
If you can't breathe through your nose 50 times a year,
you said you have allergies.
Yeah, and you've yet to let me finish the point. You just keep saying what I'm saying is not true. I have allergies.
When did I say anything was not true?
Oh boy. Oh my God.
When did I say anything was not true?
Just let me say this. Let me say this without you going, but that's not worst case scenario. That's what you keep doing. When I say I have allergies and this is how my allergies are, you go, but that's not worst case scenario. I'm talking worst case scenario. That's what you're doing. Okay. What I'm saying to you right now is this. I have allergies. They plague me throughout the year. When I go to places that have shifting pollen counts, it is a very bad experience for me. That said, when my nose gets stuffy, it is seldomly so stuffy that I literally can't breathe through it. It's annoyingly stuffy. Okay? Which goes back to the point I was initially trying to make 10 minutes ago, which is I think you are coupling the worst case scenario version of stuffy nose with things that come along with that because it's an all-out onslaught allergy attack, meaning there's also scratchy throat, there's also ear itch or whatever, and all these other elements.
I've never brought a single one of those up, nor have I said anything outside of not being able to breathe through your nose.
I didn't say you brought them up.
You said I'm attaching all of those things to the stuffy nose.
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
I think in your head, you're associating, well, when my nose is that stuffy, oh, it's so horrible. And it's like, well, when your nose is that stuffy, there's a lot of other things going on with it. And it's not a really great barometer to judge stuffy nose by, in my opinion. Most stuffy nose scenarios are able to be fixed or eradicated through some kind of nasal spray that isn't Afrin if you don't want the most dangerous of them.
My thing is, outside of shooting Afrin up your nose, nothing cures the stuffy nose.
You've never taken Sudafed, not Sudafed.
You can take a steam shower.
Whatever.
You can take
but the sinus, what's one of the other sinus things?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna say we could take medication to alleviate it, sure, you could take medication for either of them. I'm saying if it goes unchecked, right? I mean, we can have medicine for both of them. I'm not saying. I mean, what kind of battle would it be if I'd be like, stuffy nose is terrible, but I could take medicine, so there's no argument here.
All right, let's see. Let's go to the phones. Our guest for the next episode is here, but let's go to the phones and see what some people are saying. I would rather have snot dripping down my nose than have to deal with a sore throat. Eating, drinking, speaking, all terrible with a sore throat. Thank you.
A bad enough stuffy nose can cause a sore throat.
That's not true because stuffy nose or runny nose would, because then you would have a drip. Sore throat legitimately ruins everything. Inability to swallow is far worse than being forced to breathe out of your mouth.
Slaughtered.
Hold on, you read 2 comments.
I read 4.
How do you know?
All 4 of them said sore throat by a landslide.
If my throat were soaring through the sky, something would be... Oh, shut up.
Sal misspelled sore.
Okay.
That's what they're referencing.
Oh, did I?
I mean, who cares?
I was doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
I won a spelling bee, so...
That was me defending you. I don't like when people make little jokes like that.
Stuffy nose, I can still give blowies with a sore throat. I'll die of suffocation if I have a stuffy nose. That's interesting. They're applying it during oral.
Sore throat hurts bad and is such an inconvenience. Give me the stuffy nose. Stuffy nose, I can breathe out of my mouth. Sore throat, everything hurts. Eating until it's gone. Come on here. If Sal is saying this is a tough one.
Damn, so far it's 100% sore throat.
No, I saw 1 or 2 stuffy noses. Stuffy nose is worse. There you go. Because I can't comprehend why the body thinks restricting my breathing is helpful. You mean okay. With a stuffed nose, you can at least breathe through your mouth. No relief. Oh, boy. All right, yeah, you might be getting killed here. You know what, Pimp? Let's just go to that humble pie.
So I already voted, so when I scroll up, it will be in.
Okay. Ready? Yeah. I mean, I'm getting my ass handed to me here.
Think positive. Wait, let's...
Drum roll here, and Pimp has... We got a pretty wide margin of victory for sore throat, 67.3% to stuffy nose at 32.7%. That's after 30,000 votes. 30,000 votes. So that is cemented for sure. Yeah, I mean, what I was going for is I have a stuffy nose.
What I'm going for?
I have a stuffy nose. I would say truly, I would say 5 times to 1 that I have a sore throat. So if I had to eliminate one, I'd rather have a sore throat 5 times a year than a stuffy nose 25 times a year. That was my logic. Obviously, it was not seen by everyone.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm doing though?
You're doing some type of dance that has no rhythm to it.
Well, there's no music playing.
Okay. But just a natural rhythm. It didn't have either.
I don't need to do anything.
All right.
It's a comeback dance.
This is your season. Season 3 is your season.
Still love you.
I love you too.
Taste buds. They coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they coming to the